Hi, what's up guys?
Okay,
How are you doing
what's up
today?
guys? How are you doing today? Okay, I know you may ask about this intro, like what is going on, what is this intro about, and I'm gonna explain that later in the video, like what's going on. But before we start this video, I just wanna say that this video for those of you who learn English on your own, alone, okay? This video for those of you who don't have a chance to go abroad or make friends so that they can improve their speaking skill, they can improve their listening skill, or in general English. Last day I was scrolling on Twitter and I came across this tweet, Finney's tweet, and that says, failure is always an option. And it got me thinking about my whole English learning process. It got me thinking about my failures. It got me thinking about my whole journey, as someone who started learning English at the age of 23, from scratch, to these days. This is what I want to basically talk about to you guys. If you try to learn English just on your own, right? You don't take any class, you're not going abroad, you don't have a chance to go abroad and spend time there, or you don't have any friends. Because I wasn't able to I couldn't afford to use any kind of like application where I could talk to strangers. Basically, you're just a person like me, just alone, just try to learn English on your own. The first thing that I always wanted to bear in mind is English has nothing to do with being talented. Especially speaking English has nothing to do with talent. I'm speaking from my experience here. Whatever you go through, I went through the same process. And whatever I went through, you will go through the same process. Whatever you go through, your friends who try to learn English will go through the same process. Will experience the same challenges, same struggles. So you should never feel like, yeah, it's about you, you don't have what it takes, or the problem is you, like, why am I not making progress? Because there's gonna be so many times where you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you question yourself, you doubt yourself, you feel like you're not making progress. I'm gonna talk about that. For instance, I was sitting with one of my friends, I was trying to teach him English. I realized that he was making the same exact mistakes that I was doing at the time. He was struggling with the same exact words, same exact lines, same exact expressions, same exact pronunciations that I had to deal with at the time. And then as time goes on, when I started getting to know new students, new people, I realized that everybody's going through the same process. Whatever mistakes that I had made at the time, whatever challenges that I had to face at the time, they were struggling with the same problems. Okay, so this is the first thing that I always want to keep in mind. The second thing that I want to talk about is the nature of progress. Let's say you started learning English with my methods and you feel like you're making progress, okay? But no matter how passionate you are, no matter how motivated you are, no matter how ambitious you are, there is going to be so many times where you will want to give up, okay? Because that happened to me every single month, every 3 months. I was like doubting myself, am I making progress? Like, I was feeling so scared. I was always questioning myself, okay? The reason why that's going to happen to you when you start to learn English on your own, first you're going to feel like, oh, you're making progress, right? Like, when you have this feeling like you're making progress, you're gonna feel so happy. But this happiness, this satisfaction is gonna last for like a few days. You can always be satisfied with where you are, because in your mind, in your head, you're gonna normalize this progress. For instance, let's say this is your first month, and in this first month you felt like you made an incredible progress. But the next month you're gonna feel like you're not making progress as fast as you wanna make, because the progress that you're making is gonna be so normalized at some point. The main reason that you can always be satisfied with where you are, or you can always be satisfied with the progress you're making, is because the nature of making progress comes from being not satisfied with where you are. So you can always be satisfied with your progress. You can always be like, oh, I'm making progress every single day, it's incredible. Because in your head, you're always gonna normalize the progress that you're making. So how I dealt with that problem is, I used to always record my voiceovers, every 6 months or every 8 months. Tomorrow is gonna be the last day of this year, right? So what I want to do is, before this year ends, right now, if you learn English with my 8K method, if you learn English with my script method, get this script, okay? Get this script just for 5 minutes. Just try to repeat those lines without looking at the text and record your voiceovers, or record yourself film yourself for like 5-10 minutes, and that's it. And in June or July, when you feel like you doubt yourself or you feel like you're not making progress, go listen to your voiceovers. There's gonna be many times where you will want to give up. So basically, record your voiceovers. Next year this time, you can check out and see your old voiceover from 2022. I can't even tell you guys how many times I wanted to give up, how many times I wanted to stop learning English. The reason I kept all those voiceovers is because I always wanted to see the progress that I was making, you know, at the times when I felt like so down, when I felt like giving up. Okay, now let's get back to the intro of this video, like why I made this intro like this. Okay, I remember it was like 2019. I had made my first YouTube video, this video. Hi guys, back to my channel. I'm Arsen. In this channel, I'm gonna give you some tips about how you can learn English on your own, based on my personal experiences. I had worked on this video for like a month, you know, I had memorized every single thing that I was gonna say in this video, you know, and this video was such a failure, okay? This video was like terrible, because I wasn't good at speaking. I mean, I had to prepare myself for this one single video for like a month, because when I used to talk to camera, I was stuttering and mumbling so much, like every 5 seconds or every 7 seconds I was like, you know, pausing or stuttering or mispronouncing some words, etc. And also, of course, I didn't know how to make YouTube videos. Like, this was my first ever YouTube video, and this was such a failure for me. And that kind of like made me so bad, because I always thought that, okay, after like studying every single day for like 2 years, I will be able to consistently post on YouTube, make YouTube videos. Unfortunately, my English was not good enough to make YouTube videos regularly. Yeah, so basically this was my first failure, because I had wanted to make YouTube video in 2019. So I was like, I had to wait, I had to be patient. Remember, like yesterday, it was like last day of 2019, and I was watching Peter Mckinnon, and Peter Mckinnon was one of my favorite YouTubers, and he was watching this video of him. I was like, okay, someday, Arsen, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna talk to my audience before we enter New Year. Since then, every single New Year, every last day of the year, I would walk down the street, listen to his videos every single year. Every single year, before the New Year, I would dream the day of starting my YouTube channel and making this video. Peter Mckinnon says that one of the best things about photography is that it can be done on your own. I think for me, one of the best things about languages, about learning English, is that it can be done on your own. You can learn it on your own. You don't need anyone for that, and this is what most I like about it. You know, this is what I like about it, because for learning new language, I don't need anything. I don't need anyone for that. Yeah, I don't need anyone for improve my speaking skill, and this is so great because I just do it on my own, and this is so great. Honestly, it took me so long to get to this day, but what I learned from my experiences, nothing is failure. If you keep moving, if you keep going forward, if you focus on your future, nothing is failure. The only thing I know about myself, I'm never gonna give up speaking English. You know, I'm gonna speak all the time, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, you know, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I will never give up, you know. I'm just gonna keep doing that because it's my life. And I make a lot of mistakes in terms of grammar, in terms of pronunciation. I'm not good at all, you know, but that means it doesn't mean, you know, I can do that, you know. That means, yes, I make a lot of mistakes. It means, Arsen, you have to work more and more. You have to you have to try harder, okay? So my point is, if you never give up, nothing is failure. This failure was a very important part of my progress. One of the rule that I always had, I always wanted to feel passionate, whatever I was doing. You need to be passionate about what you do. Patient. You need to be patient. That's like I can't even stress enough how important to be patient and progress. Passion, patient, progress. 3P. This really worked for me, like being passionate about something. I always want to feel excited about making YouTube videos, about speaking English, about teaching English, about sharing my experiences. I always want to feel the passion. I always want to feel the excitement. And the second thing is patience. Honestly, it took me 3 years to start my YouTube channel. Every single thing takes so much time. You need to be patient. If there is patience, if there is passion, then progress is inevitable. And failures are the part of the progress. They are very important part of the progress. Another thing is, I want to change your perception of learning English. For instance, when I decided to start my YouTube channel 3 years ago, before 2020, I was watching this video, the future of this channel, Peter Mckinnon's video, and I was like, okay, someday I'm gonna start my YouTube channel, I'm gonna make a video like this. And I was like, okay, since I am still trying to improve my speaking skill, what I did at the time was I got this script and I started working on this video. I started improving my speaking skill. I was like, okay, I was repeating every single thing, every single line. I was checking out the words that I didn't know, and I was improving my speaking skill, okay?
Just a little, set up the camera, hit record, and have a little chat, a little discussion. Thought that might be fun.
Have a little chat, have a little discussion, I thought it might be fun. Have a little chat, have a little discussion, I thought it might be fun, etc. My perception was so different on learning English. I didn't learn English with educational content on YouTube. I learned English with Peter Mckinnon. I learned English with Casey Neistat. I learned English with Kennedy Walsh. I learned English with Taylor Swift, Mark Robbie, some YouTubers, and House of Cards, The Crown, Friends. I learned English with the scripts with AK method.
I'm here. All of my dreams and aspirations are here, and the only thing in between these two is a bunch of work.
In short, I'm here, and all of my aspirations and dreams and aspirations are here. For instance, when I was working with those scripts, I didn't know what aspirations meant, so you can see me, working on the scripts right here with these notes. All those words, all those lines remind me something. When I say aspiration,
dreams and aspirations are here.
I remember those scenes from Casey. When I say the sun sets to my apartment,
sun sets into my apartment.
When I say my voice is cracked,
my voice just cracked.
It's the most exciting thing in life right now.
Grammys.
What's your favorite TV show of all time?
Friends and The Office. They're both my favorite TV show of all time.
Friends.
What's the one thing that you would love to master?
I'd really like to be good at pool.
What's the one thing that I would love to master? I want to be better at making YouTube videos and creating YouTube videos, and also I want to keep improving my speaking skill, my English, as much as I possibly can.
Would I like more coffee?
Did you make it, or are you just serving it?
I'm just serving it.
Yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee.
Would anybody like more coffee? Did you make it, or are you serving it? Did you make it, or are you serving it? Okay, I'm making coffee, I'm serving coffee, I'm making coffee, I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. Did you make it, or are you serving it? I'm serving it. Oh yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee. Right there. All of my English learning process right behind me. And the thing that I want to tell you guys, this year, I want to change your perception of learning English. This year, we are going to change this whole perception of learning English. We're not going to memorize English vocabulary. We're not going to learn English grammar. We're not going to make translation. We're not going to sit in our chair for hours and hours and study English. We're going to learn English as if we're an actor. We're going to learn English with people that we like. We're going to learn English with people that feel really excited. When I was watching Kennedy, for instance, I was having a lot of fun. My voice is cracked. She is my comfort YouTuber. When I was watching Casey Neistat, I always felt inspired, and I always wanted to work hard, and I always wanted to be like, yes, someday maybe I can be filmmaker. Someday maybe I can walk my life in a different way. This year, we're gonna think out of box. We're gonna learn English in a different way. You are gonna be the center of English learning process. Your passion is gonna be the center of English learning process. Your excitement is gonna be the center of English learning process. Okay? So this year, we're gonna see how to learn English with Dakota Johnson, Bill Eilish, Kennedy, Casey Neistat, Peter Mckinnon. What is your favorite YouTubers? Comment down below. What is your favorite TV shows? Comment down below. What are the people that inspire you the most? Comment down below. Because this year, we're gonna create your study schedule. We're gonna create your way of learning English.
All the tutorials, all the videos that I'm seeing on YouTube, I come across on YouTube is so traditional, so conventional. If you're passionate about Friends, if you're a really huge fan of Friends, you're definitely gonna learn English. If you're a big fan of How I Met Your Mother, you're definitely gonna learn English. Or if you have favorite YouTubers that you follow every day on a daily basis, you're definitely gonna learn English. Okay, you're definitely gonna learn English. So basically, learning anything, not just language, okay? Just learning anything in your life, is all about passion, okay? If you have artists that you really like, that you follow, or YouTubers, or series that you're really obsessed, okay? Obsession is not a bad thing, okay? When it comes to learning something, obsession is good, okay? Right? You understand me, right? You get the point. So think about the artist or someone or something that you're really passionate about.
So yeah, I guess this year I want to expose my English learning process to you, and I want to comprehend this process, and I want to understand this process.
But creativity is limitless, it's endless. Go wherever it takes you. That's the beauty of creativity. That there are no walls, there are no boundaries, there are no limits. Do what you want. I've worked my whole life to do what I want, and I intend to continue doing that for as long as I possibly can. So 2020, what are we doing? Whatever we want.
So 2023, what are we doing? We change our perception of learning English. This is what we're doing this year, okay?